Hey folks, my name's Chris Wessel, and we're going to be having a closer look at shore fishing's all-new pine squirrel. Most uses for pine squirrel usually comes in a smaller form of a pattern that normally uses rabbit strips. I think one of the biggest advantages to pine squirrel is it's basically a micro version of a rabbit strip. The hair is very similar, although it is a lot shorter in length. It feels probably around the same sort of softness. Some of the main uses for pine squirrel, especially for me, would be zonkers, leeches. Actually, there's a really great muddler pattern that I have tied here. It's just a nice small version of it, and trout just go crazy for this stuff in my area. Squirrel strip, which this product from SHOR comes in two different sizes, micro and regular. Regular would be a 3mm approximate strip wide, and the micro is 2mm. So this one is the pine squirrel, and then I have some rabbit strip here from SHOR Fishing, and as you can see, the difference is like probably more than double. So for me personally, and what I see from a lot of tyers that I know of, as I mentioned before, pine squirrel's used to usually tie smaller versions of patterns you'd normally tie with rabbit strips. There are patterns, saltwater patterns, that people have been really loving pine squirrel for as well. Some of the other features of pine squirrel, on top of what I've already listed, could be the actual thickness of the hide. Again, when we're comparing this to rabbit strip, the actual thickness of the skin or the hide is a lot less than rabbit. So what this equates to for the tyer is that if you are tying smaller versions of patterns, you know, we got these muddlers, the bead head leeches here. Basically, you're tying a shorter version, yes, but you're also trying to tie less bulk. So with that hide being a little bit less thick, it's going to create a lot less bulk around the hook when you're wrapping it, and therefore probably creating a lot less weight and a lot less material that's going to be picking up water every time you go to take your fly out and cast. Now the skin is thin, but it's still extremely strong. Like I'm pulling on that. That's extremely strong still, and that's going to be important for a lot of those toothy critters that you could be hooking on to. I did already mention about the skin thickness and width, and I did mention that this comes in two different sizes. It comes in regular size, which is 3mm, as mentioned before, and a micro size at 2mm. But I think it's also important to note that this product from SHOR Fishing also comes in a variety of colors, lots to pick from. And you can see that on their website. So like I said before, for me and most people I know, we're buying this product to tie smaller versions of patterns we would normally tie with rabbit strip in a larger version. You may have another use for it as well. I'm not sure, but if you are looking for smaller versions of these patterns you're used to tying, I think it's definitely worth a look at the SHOR Fishing pine squirrel. Thank you for your time.